Did you know that about 50% of couples report that social media has made their relationships worse? How about you? Is social media affecting your relationship too? Today, I'm going to tell you why this happens and some tips on how you can avoid it. Boom! Cześć ludzie! What's up people? Hola, VIGO'S Dad here. Welcome to another episode. I hope my face doesn't show. I'm trying my best to have the best happy face I can because I just recorded an hour and 45 minutes of this whole episode from beginning to end just to realize that the microphone was off. So it's like, oh, Jesus. No. We are in the year 2021. According to sci-fi movies of yesteryear, at this point in time, we should have flying cars, colonies in other planets, at least a base on the moon. Actually, we don't. You know what we have? Social media. Like we have a social media platform for almost everything. If you like pictures, we have Instagram. If you like, silly dances and you want to feel goofy yourself, go to TikTok. Maybe you want to yell at someone or be yelled at, Twitter is there for you. And if you want to learn something and maybe be entertained for a few hours, then you have the beautiful platform of YouTube, which is where you're watching this right now. And there are a bunch more being developed all of the time, trying to get us to escape our real lives and go into the tailor-perfect world algorithmically governed by artificial intelligence. Algorithmically, that's a mouthful. Now, when did social media actually begin? It's a hard question to answer, but the records show that there is a platform that dates back to 1979 called Usenet. In the early 1990s, instant messaging was born with a platform called IRC, Instant Relay Chat. And it was kind of like for file transfer and also to communicate a little bit with other people. I remember that in Dominican Republic was huge. The second iteration of IRC called MIRC was incredibly popular in Dominican Republic. There used to be like channels and used to log into those channels. There was a lot of people, a list full of people that would communicate inside this chat window and you could, message them privately. And yeah, it's very funny. As a funny anecdote, I actually met one of my first girlfriends in MIRC. But the very first social media platform was born in 1997. It was called 6 Degrees, and at its peak, it had around 1 million members. Now think how far we've come with social media compared to 2.8 million active users on Facebook. That is almost mind-blowing, differences. And talking about Facebook, in 2008, it changed the world. A lot has actually happened since the birth of Facebook all the way to current times, but it's fair to say that it revolutionized the way humans interact with this digital realm that we live in now. Now, talking about relationships, in this day and age, it seems almost impossible to be able to connect with other people and get to know them without using some sort of social media platform. We not only feel more connected to each other because of this, services, but we feel more connected with the whole world. And as a result of this, there's a very interesting concept called the paradox effect that is a byproduct of this. And what is this? It's giving off the illusion that you have many choices, while at the same time making it very difficult to find viable options. Don't you sometimes feel that in this world that is super connected, sometimes you feel a little bit disconnected? And if we apply this paradox effect in relationships and dating, is creating the illusion that you have more social engagement and popularity, but masking your true persona. How about you? Are you in a relationship right now? It doesn't have to be a marriage or a committed, boyfriend or girlfriend. You can be just casually dating. These concepts apply to even casual relationships. Are you in the situation where maybe you like someone very much and you're still trying to figure out how your life and their lives match and you're trying to see what commonalities you have? If you are in any of those, then pay close attention because I'm about to give you some tips that will make a huge difference in you being able to balance your personal relationships and this addicting and absorbing world of social media. Tip number 1. Be extra careful in early stages of the relationship. At the beginning of a relationship, we attend to the other person because we want to get to know everything. What they like, what they dislike, their history, their goals, what are they scared of. We spend hours in conversation because we want to get to know everything. We're like little sponges just absorbing everything. There's no detail too small, there's no story too long. It's exhilarating and exciting because it's new and it's full of surprises. During these early stages, it's extremely important that there are no phones in the vicinity with notifications and tweets and Instagram thumbs up and likes and hearts. None of that. You need to be committed 100% to the person that you're trying to get to know. Number 2, be careful of vanity validation. If you're comparing yourself to someone else's profile, aren't you discounting yourself a little bit? Almost anything that people share on their streams and their feeds and their walls, it's basically to cover two things. Either something that they're really excited about, or they're literally trying to create popularity for themselves. We create this distorted version of reality a little bit because you're being optimistic, you feel good, you're posting something that you're like really excited, you got this job, you bought this thing that you were really looking forward to getting, or simply, you want people to see that, oh, I look good today, or whatever, they bought this new red shirt and I'm feeling myself. So everything becomes uber positive and almost like unrealistic, if you will. But you know what is out there in the real world? There's ghosting, there is rejection, and as humans we've been dealing with these things for centuries, so we are equipped with tools. But what is happening now with social media is that this alternate reality becomes a little bit, let's say, unrealistically positive. Now don't get me wrong, social media also has a lot of things that are negative, messages and people with pessimistic attitude and all that, but in general we go to social media to escape our real life. And in escaping from that reality, we have stripped ourselves from those tools that we have used for thousands of years. If something bad happened to you at work or at school or wherever, we run immediately to our screens, into this world where everything is perfect, where I'm gonna post a picture, I'm gonna get likes, and I'm gonna feel better instantly. Tip number 3, be aware of unrealistic expectations. This tip ties up perfectly with the tip before. Let's say that you are on Instagram and you follow this couple, he's a handsome guy, seems like a cool guy that you would like to hang out with, and she is pretty, has amazing hair, she's smart, and all of a sudden you find yourself thinking that you would like to have what they have. And why don't you? You start highlighting unrealistic expectations of what that couple actually is in real life, because you only get a glimpse, you only get a shot, you only get to see what is being shown to you through here. Attempting to measure up to them can distract you from your relationship, from your partner. It can lead to disappointment, and this relationship that you're scrolling through on your phone can make you change how satisfied you feel with your own relationship by always imagining that they have something that you don't have. Number 4, jealousy. Well, jealousy in social media. Where do I begin? Big disclaimer. If you're in a relationship where you feel that something is wrong, you don't feel at ease, you feel that maybe someone is hiding something, then by all means I encourage you to seek some help. At least sit down, talk it over, go to therapy, or get the fuck out of that relationship. The things that I'm about to say only apply to relationships where there's no funky business. Have you been scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and then you see a picture of your friend and there's a comment by your partner and they like the picture? All of a sudden your blood starts to boil. People may get upset seeing their partner commenting or liking a picture of someone else. Then all of a sudden there's this little seed being planted in your mind that what if they are interested in other people? Or even worse,
what if they're already cheating?
Research shows that on social media you are a lot more prone to enter this vicious cycle of endlessly scrolling, trying to keep up with the activities of your partner. It happens. The brain is very special at creating scenarios that sometimes are not there. And you know what? Let's be honest. The internet is full of beautiful people. Just go to Instagram. You have thousands and thousands of pictures of guys that are handsome and chiseled and have abs and everything. And then you have girls that are amazing, great figures. But guys, they're just pictures. And if you find, for example, your girl liked a picture of a beautiful scenery with a fantastic waterfall and blue waters, it happens to have a handsome guy in the waterfall, yeah, fine, but that doesn't mean that she wants to run off with this guy. She literally maybe just found the picture nice. Really, there's no need for drama. Tip number 5, body image issues. It is a fact. Too much use of social media can lead to body image issues. We see all of these pictures and there's rolls and reels of, beautiful people that, to be honest, sometimes is not 100% real. There's a lot of filters. There are even body modification software right now that will make your nose, thinner and your pecs, more puff, and it's not always real life. And a person's body image can have a significant effect on their relationship. One study from the Journal of International Society for Sexual Medicine showed that heterosexual women with body image issues have a harder time becoming sexually aroused, if you can believe. Another study done on married women showed that the way wives perceive their own sexual attractiveness has a direct impact on the quality of their marriage. In other words, these insecurities triggered by social media can interfere with emotional and physical intimacy and the quality of the relationship. But as with everything in the world, every yin has its yang, and not all things about social media are bad for relationships. To begin, you can actually meet the love of your life in one of these social media platforms. Or at the very least, if you meet someone at a party or through some friends, you can exchange social media and continue building that bond. In 2017, a survey showed that 39% of couples found each other online, compared to only 22% in 2009. And according to a recent Tinder survey, online dating can be especially helpful for the LGBTQ community. Of 1,000 LGBTQ+ adults who took the survey, 80% said that online dating and dating apps have helped their community, and 52% of them said that they felt a lot more comfortable using these services because they were able to explore their identity better. Another benefit is that it does keep you connected. If you're careful, you don't dive too deep and then all the negatives start popping out, you are able to keep closer contact with people that you love and that you care about through social media. Or send each other some interesting videos that you can later comment, like sending each other VIGO'S dad videos. And of course, how not to mention long-distance relationship, who we are able to keep them alive and healthy thanks to things like social media platforms. And finally, social media has opened the gates for information to flow freely. We can learn so much and acquire useful information and connect through these platforms with experts that can help us. If your marriage or your relationship is going through a rocky period, you can find help. If you just broke up with someone and you're feeling sad and a little depressed, then you can for sure find people that will lend you a hand. And that is an incredibly positive thing. As long as it comes from a place of growth and not comparison, social media can motivate you to work on parts of your relationship that have been neglected, and thus not losing the love of your life. Boom! That's all, guys. That's the end of the episode. I hope you liked it. If you found this useful, share it with a friend, share it with a family member that you think that can also benefit from this episode. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'll be honored to have you as a subscriber. Click that subscribe, and the bell notification is very important to get notified when I upload a video. It's usually every Tuesdays around 12. Comment below. I always read all the comments and I try to interact with them as much as possible, and give us a thumbs up. Thank you and see you next week.